loga, facing over. You a queen when I less than I'm a gozy. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Owamie, Owamie. Girl, you're such a powerful woman.
Hi ninjas, how are you guys doing? It's your girl Owamie aka Miss Fear Focal, returning back for our entertainment. If it's the first time joining me, I must do welcome. Please do make sure that I subscribe and obviously hit the bell. I absolutely love you, and do not forget follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's at boldly Owamie. Now my ninjas, thank you guys so much for 220,000 subscribers. I'm really grateful. As I've said, in community I have seen a huge difference in views, comments, likes, ads like being watched and everything. And so I do also want to just say that thank you guys so much. And so yeah, I think that for the rest of October, obviously you guys are helping me grow. Let me also help you guys grow. I'm gonna run a special. Instead of 380 for a shout out, I'm gonna only charge 250. That's only for October. So yeah, that's us celebrating 220. So do take advantage of the special. I'm sure the banner is here. You can go ahead and contact my PA with the numbers there via WhatsApp, and then we can obviously, you can work it out with her. So basically that is it. I do want to say thank you guys so much. I really honestly am truly grateful. Okay, so yeah, anyway ninjas, I know some of you are gonna talk about my hair. You've already removed that stuff. Guys, not that I get tired fast. It's a matter of my hair literally just cannot keep these protective hairstyles for long because of its texture. A lot of you guys always talk about how I have gorgeous hair. Child, it also comes with its own stress, I'm telling you. So yeah, I had to remove it. Besides, I've got something very important tomorrow and also Friday, and ain't nobody gonna be walking around with hair that was now looking like that. Okay, the hair was very gorgeous obviously, but my hair texture is the problem. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this channel that I actually saw this morning. So please tell me why I was scrolling through Twitter and then I see that they're saying that there's gonna be an episode that's gonna air on Unfollowed Mihlali Namaze. Now y'all need to understand how shocked I was. I'm like, girl, when did she get unfollowed, child? Like, is there some cancellation that happened? I just did not know. And of course, I was grateful that when I saw it was like 15 hours ago, and I was like, damn, it must be there. Guys, I literally logged on into my Showmax account that I've not logged in like forever. So I do have to give it to Mihlali to say that girl do have that influence. I was very interested, especially when I saw the clip, and of course they were talking about her married boyfriend Leroy Sidambe, and I was like, hopefully maybe we can get some clarification, So y'all know I literally ran over there. So the host, that is Thembekile Mrototo, so I'm gonna just call him Thembekile or Thames, okay, because yeah, Thembekile or Thames, I don't know, but him, he actually interviewed Mihlali Namaze, and yeah, I did watch the episode. If I'm not mistaken, the episode was definitely over 40 minutes. I don't know if it was like up to 50 minutes. I did watch it as my hair was getting unbraided, so I really did pay attention, you guys. However, there's nothing that stands out for me overall with the interview. Like, in all honesty, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to think like, okay, what was the whole almost 50 minutes about? And nothing honestly like just stands up. Like, I feel like at this point we really didn't, or maybe personally I should speak for myself, I really didn't learn anything new or anything that was intriguing for me. One thing I can go ahead and tell you is that I do feel like Mihlali does have some training to some certain degree when it comes to like how she should handle the PR or interviews. I did feel like Thembekile actually did a great job in terms of asking questions. However, I feel like he did let her get away with not answering those burning questions. So I guess maybe it was just that matter of I'm gonna ask, if she doesn't answer, I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving, which I feel like overall from the whole series, imagine guys, like all the people that have been interviewed, it was only today that I got to watch like even a single episode. The rest I've not, but I'm still gonna catch up on them. You guys can tell me if you want me to kind of do sort of like a review, and then I will. So basically maybe before I actually get ahead of myself, for people that may not know what this show is about, it's about people that have been unfollowed or quote unquote cancelled, you know, and they talk about their stories, they answer those burning questions, because obviously something has to have happened for them to get to that position. There's someone like Barkimang Nonhle Temba, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's, guys, she used to be so famous. Now I can't even remember her name fully, you know, like that's life for you, you know. So those are the people that I'm very much interested in listening. I do hope that they will get people like Bovatisa Swandara. They can get people like Ramichiene, guys, the names. But yeah, you know, those are the people that I feel like I'm really mostly interested. Botol Esmo, those are people that I feel like they qualify to actually be on that show. But someone like Mihlali, who the hell unfollowed Mihlali? Who the hell cancelled Mihlali? Like, girl, what was you even doing over there? She talks about, in the interview, she spoke about how she does not just take any gig, you know, even with companies. She doesn't work with every company. She looks at which company actually goes with her brand. And I was like, girl, you must be out here sitting here lying. That's my opinion, because why did you take Unfollowed when you're not an Unfollowed hand? You know, even if, let's say, maybe a Musa Kaula tried to cancel her, but she wasn't cancelled, she wasn't unfollowed. If anything, her followers, I feel like, in my opinion, they did actually grow in her other you know, platforms. YouTube, we can't really talk about it, because I feel like Mihlali is not even a YouTuber at this point anymore. That's my personal opinion. I feel like girl actually keeps away from YouTube more than she actually is here. So we can't really consider it to say you're a YouTuber, especially because YouTube actually does want you to be someone that is actually like active. So obviously her views are gonna decrease, because the algorithm, basically at this point, I'm sure the algorithm has even forgotten who the hell is Mihlali, you know. So the views that she used to get, of course, she's not getting anymore. However, I feel like, you know, anyway, this is what I've observed. You know, she used to get way more views than the views she get now, but I think it's because of the algorithm. It has nothing to do with, oh, maybe she's just unfollowed or whatever. I don't think that she's unfollowed, you know. But yeah, so basically it's supposed to be for people like that, and then she was there. So guys, the interview, honestly, for me, I mean, the guy was asking really good questions, but the questions were not really fully being answered, you know. When it came to the whole situation that happened with Musa Kaula, I just felt like, girl, like, you must really think why your children she goes out there and they're asking her about Musa Kaula, and how she obviously, you know, like beat him up. You know, the allegations are that she actually threw her phone, and that was when Musa Kaula actually had that huge bump on his head. Not only did Musa Kaula actually talk about that, but Mihlali did go into her stories, and she actually responded to say that she should have actually done more. She's not done with him. She should have just blinded him, this and that, and she did take those posts down. But I think that she tried to pull a Nini leaks, like, did you see me do it? Did you see me do that? Did you see me? Did they see? We don't have to see you. You admitted publicly. And I think that the thing with Mihlali's followers is that when people talk, people literally think that, oh, you're just coming for her. No, like, these are valid questions. You did talk about it, girl. Like, at this point, I don't even have to say allegedly, because you did go out there and you actually admitted. I have proof of that. Okay, screenshots are lingering on the internet. So of course, her saying that she doesn't know who Musa Kaula was, I feel like, okay, sharp, you know, you don't want to give him airtime, sharp. But at the end of the day, when they did the editing, it's not even like they hid anything. They actually did put out that it was Musa Kaula, and this is what had actually happened, you know, blah blah blah. So for me, honestly, as I'm saying, I wish she had actually like just answered the questions, because she has already admitted it, you know. She has already admitted it in a written form. The proof is there. Even if Musa Kaula wanted to go out there and sue or open an assault case against Mihlali, she would literally lose in court, because that would actually be proof. So I feel like maybe she could have answered to say, you know, sometimes anger does get over you, and I did something that I was not proud of. but at this point, you know, I maybe like, you know, I do have to say I apologize or something, like, but for her to act like, who's that? Did you see me? Did you? I'm like, girl, we don't have to see you. You have come out here and you have admitted. The other part again, guys, that I actually saw, and I just could not stop laughing. So Mihlali could not give Cynthia Gwembu like at least some airtime. She said that when she started, she only knew of one influencer that was doing beauty that is in Cape Town. Now I would just assume that the person she was talking about was Cynthia Gwembu, because Cynthia has actually been an OG for years. I remember when I started my YouTube channel, I used to watch some of her content, and I won't lie, guys, like I used to be not even a matter of inspired. I think that it was just a matter of I was just too poor to can even understand, like, what do you mean you're using a foundation that costs 2,000 rands? You know? And so I think that her content is just, for me, it was just out of reach in my reality. And ever since I stopped watching her, I just really never went back. I think that maybe I should go back now and watch her. Maybe I will be able to relate, because yes, guys, despite how I look, I can afford at least a 2,000 rest foundation now, you know. But then it was just out of reach for me. And this is me actually saying, guys, please go check out Cynthia Gwembu's YouTube channel. I did watch her not so long ago. Actually, I'm lying. She did give birth. She does vlog with her husband and her baby. So, you know, you can go and watch it. This is a shout out for her. But I am assuming that she's the one that she was talking about. And I was like, girl, you could have just mentioned her name so that you can also just help her as well. But again, I cannot hold it against Mihlali. She does not have any obligations. But I wish that, you know, she had given her some airtime, and maybe they would have also included a clip of Cynthia over there that would also obviously give her that promo. But again, she might be talking about someone else. I just assumed that it was Cynthia because I know Cynthia stays in Cape Town, and I know that girl has been here, okay, 4 years. Shibobo, okay. So basically, when it came to like Leroy, the Thames actually asked, I forget his name, guys, Utembegile, so I'm gonna go ahead and say Thames, right? He asks about like why. Ooh. So sorry about that, but for me, when he asked about Leroy and why a married man, you could see that she was kind of taken back a little bit, and you know, she basically said that, well, you know, how long does a divorce take? A divorce, you know, some divorces take years, okay? At this point, I don't even think Mam Kize and her husband's divorce is finalized. I know people that have been going through a divorce for years. Mine actually took a full year. Yeah, so mine I think was like a full year. It could have dragged even longer, because I feel like even that full year was actually over a year actually was a drag. But I know people that have been fighting their divorces for 10 years, fighting their divorces for 5 years, fighting with their divorces for like very, very long, you know. So obviously if someone is separated from their partner, I don't see anything wrong with you dating someone that is separated and going through a divorce, even though the divorce is not finalized, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna just go ahead and stop your life. However, I think that the problem that people actually do not understand is that from what we know, the allegations that came out, and I would say that some of them were a bit proven because of the slip, the receipt. Mihlali started dating Leroy whilst he was staying with his wife, from what we hear, the allegations. How did his wife actually get hold of that what do they call this, of that slip, you know, or that receipt? So I'm gonna go ahead and just read this for you guys. I saw this, and this was actually on TikTok. So somebody took a clip of the interview and then they put it on TikTok, and then this person by the name of Now Buddy actually said she's lying. Leroy was still living with the wife when he was busy buying her mirrors, okay? So for me, that's the part where I'm just like, don't lie. Like, I don't even know why Mihlali went there, because she didn't want to really answer the burning questions that we interested in. I felt like she definitely just wanted to give us this nonchalant of like, you know, I am this, I am that, and you know, there's nothing that you can do. But when it came to the actual burning questions, I felt like she did not really answer. The other aspect again that I'm gonna go ahead and talk about, like when it comes to the Leroy, the reason why I'm not even going deep in it is because there was nothing. Like, it was so dry, okay, so dry. She kept on saying, no, I'm not gonna answer that, or this and this. She would you know, like she wasn't really answering. Why are you dating a married man? And I felt like maybe they just did not do enough research. But there's a video that she actually did with Mix XO, right, not so long before we actually found out that she was actually with a married man, where she was even talking about being a married man's peace. Mihlali has always advertised that it's okay to date a married man as long as it makes you happy. That is something that even from back then, even the time that she now came in and blocked me and stuff, those were the stuff that I was talking about before all this actually happened. Years back, Mihlali has always just not been anyone that I feel respected the institution of marriage. She feels that if a man comes, approaches you, you can go ahead and be with him as long as it makes you happy. If it makes you happy, sharp. The fact that this person is married has never been a problem for her, which is why there are some of you that even ask like, oh, I mean, why this and this and this? No, give her grace. It's not even about giving someone grace. Do you think? For me, I don't see it as a coincidence that Mihlali is with a married man, because she has advertised this for a very long time, you know. So that's basically it, you guys. But she did not really respond or answer a lot of questions when it came to that. The other aspect again that I'm gonna talk about is what? The aspect where I felt like she was sitting there and she was basically saying that she is above cancellation. I think that, like, you know, she didn't say it in those words, but that's what I basically got. Like, she's above being cancelled. Like, she can't be cancelled. When he asked, like, what life would look like if she got cancelled and let's say brands were no longer working with her, and people were not, you know, like, just effing with her content anymore, what would happen? And her answer was that will never happen. She says that she doesn't feel that she will ever do anything that would actually lead to people actually or brands not working with her and stuff. And I feel like, honestly, there's a time that she actually called out Vodacom. She called out, you know, different brands and stuff, of the fact that they were not paying her. And then that also meant that other micro influencers also came out and they spoke about it. It was great to see someone as giant as she is in the beauty community actually call out these brands to say that they're not paying on time and whatever. However, for me, I'm gonna sit and wait to see another ad. And I'm not talking about like maybe in the same campaign that she's been paid for and she still needs to do, but I really just want to sit down and see her work with Vodacom again. That's me right now. The day that I actually see that ad, yeah, it wasn't only just Vodacom. It was Vodacom and other brands as well, and you know, other institutions. I think there was also a club or something like that. But like, you know, calling out an institution as big as Vodacom, I'm gonna wait to see her work with them again. You know, not that I'm saying I don't want her to work with them again, but I just want to see how they would actually handle a situation like this, where such a huge influencer came out and called them out the way that she did, and then they would still say, hey, we've got a new campaign, who's the first person? Mihlali Namaz. Okay, or who's the person? Mihlali Namaz. So I'll wait for that. She does work with a lot of brands. I did see that recently she's even working with an international brand. I think it's a perfume and stuff, and she looked absolutely beautiful. Love it for her, Gasana. But I do hope that the idea of like that can never happen. Maybe she should sit down and reevaluate that, because the same Nonhle Temba, do you guys remember on Twitter when she was busy going off and talking about how she gets paid this much for this and she does that. Right now, my 2000 ask Urkana, who is that? The name sounds familiar. And nobody even knows who she is at this point, okay? Like, I'm being honest, and this is not even me trying to jab or anything, but what I'm saying is that I don't believe that there's anyone that is above cancellation. No matter how beautiful you are, no matter how great your work is, if there are certain things that you start changing and now you're being just reckless, especially with your brand, I'm telling you, nobody's above cancellation, okay? So at this point, I guess that we're still going to see the interview overall. I mean, I did watch it. I didn't skip any part. I think it was just a matter of I kept on hoping that maybe something will come, and nothing was coming. Okay, but until it was actually done, they did have other people that were on the side that were actually like talking, you know, about Mihlali and this and that and that. And I felt like they kind of went out there and they got people that were like maybe her fans in a way. I wish they got people that would actually ask the real burning questions and not necessarily, you know, all this. Because child, I just don't know, Shem. I felt like it was kind of rushed, you know. I felt like it was kind of rushed. I don't know why I got that feeling. I feel like it was filmed, it was rushed. Maybe it was also a PR stunt, like they wanted people obviously to watch, which we did. And Mihlali is trending number 1 right now, if I'm as I'm recording this video. So for me, I really don't know, but I there was no need for it. I won't even lie, there was no need for it, because Ugo is not unfollowed. And again, she did not really answer anything that I felt like, okay, this made me say, yeah, I want, you know, to be on this. She was giving attitude in a way, you know, she definitely was giving attitude, and she did not answer what she did not want to. The questions, I felt like they were good, they just did not have follow-up questions for me to a level that I would actually be like, okay, you know. And it's not like she was even required to really answer the questions that were there, which I didn't even feel like they were disrespectful questions, or they were questions that were like, okay, how much do you make in a month, you know, give me the exact figures or something like that. So I don't know when it comes to that. But anyway, do go ahead and comment down below what you guys think of this whole situation from Owamie. I love you guys so much. Did you watch the episode, and what is your take on it? That's what I'm interested in. Anyway, from Owamie, I love you guys. Stay blessed, and I will definitely see you guys my next upload. Bye, ninjas.